XLR Technologies is one shot, a holistic automation organization where I'm going to talk about some insights about how we practically applied all these things. We spoke about revenue cycle management, we spoke about CDI, and we spoke about a lot of patient portals being developed, and we spoke about security as well, and spoke about artificial intelligence also as well. So XLR Technologies is one-stop company where we have applied all these things practically in real time. We are a 40-year-old organization, a global organization, spread across more than 50 countries. We have very large presence in US and very large presence in India. 23,000 people work for us, and we are a $1.6 billion organization. We automate a lot of transactions in healthcare industry, and we automate transactions pertaining to all other industry as well. That's the kind of company we are. So what the analysts feel about us in compare with competition, if you look at on the x-axis, we have our own vision and capability and the kind of market impact what we make. We are just not a BPO company. We are a technology organization delivering solutions to meet the requirement and to the need of the hour. So this is the one-stop solution, embracing whatever we saw in the last 2 days. If you look at on the left-hand side, you find all the provider-related activities, what you see on the other side. On the right-hand side, you see all the payer-related requirements. And in between, we have our own electronic platform, the technology platform, which links all these three, the provider, the member, and as well as the payer, giving one-stop solution, interfacing all these things, keeping the global requirements in mind. That's the unique feature of our company. We saw some presentations where people develop in-house portals, but how it's going to be interoperable considering the global scenario. So XLR Technologies is one company which gives all these solutions, keeping the global requirements in mind. More importantly, applying the power of artificial intelligence, applying the power of robotics in real time. So this is the kind of solution what we have, putting all the provider requirements on one side and the payer requirements on one side. And more importantly, if you look at whatever we spoke right from yesterday to till now, the most fundamental thing, if data is not accurate and data is not complete, whatever we speak about is going to have a hit. So that is the power of our organization. We apply a lot of technology to move from defect detection to prevention as well. So that is the area where I'm going to emphasize, taking next few minutes of you. So we have healthcare information management system comprising all these things of data aggregation, data repository, reporting alerts, data announcements, classification, and content extraction. So this is the digital mailroom workflow what we have. It's just not the medical records. Within an hospital, you have a lot of invoices, a lot of payment happening, a lot of your HR records, and a lot of transactions may happen within your organization. We have a digital mailroom solution which can accept all sort of incomings. It's just not paper records. We can accept incoming in the form of electronic, incoming in the form of paper, do a high quality digitization. Using the digital mailroom workflow, we can route it to wherever you need in an electronic form. So with this background, let us just look at, suppose I just want to take a few minutes of your time. In fact, thanks to Anita, she spoke about indicators. See, if there is a pit which is about 2 feet wide, assume that 3 of the people are going to make a jump over the pit, and the pit has a lot of wild animals. Imagine a scenario, water is running, and the pit width is about 2 feet, and 3 people who can stretch their leg of 4 feet, 2 feet, and 3 feet. Okay, 3 people going to cross a pit which is about 2 feet wide. This is the stretch that is possible which each one of them can do. One of them can do a 4 feet, another person can do a 3 feet jump, another person can do a 2 feet jump. Suppose you look at data like this, take the average of all the 3, what these 3 people can do, 4 plus 3 plus 2, so it comes about 9 feet. And you take an average of that, you find 3 feet. You take a decision, yeah, it's 3 feet, it's more than the pit width of 2 feet, and you're going to jump. You are making a wrong decision. because there is one person, one of the data, which is only the person can make a stretch of 2 feet. What I am trying to bring here is about data standards and data quality. Having worked in this industry for the last 40 years, people have moved from looking at data from a percentage angle to a sigma angle. In fact, there are a lot of medical coders, a lot of people around here. We always try to look at data from a percentage angle. The industry has moved to look at data from a sigma angle. People talk about Six Sigma. What is sigma all about? It's just not doing quality one day. Are you able to deliver quality consistently over a period of time? So that is what industry is looking at. Okay, sigma is a measure of variation. So you cannot just look at average and then take a decision. Why I'm bringing this point, the most fundamental thing when we talk about either a paper record or an electronic record is data accuracy and data completeness. We have applied a lot of our artificial intelligence, thanks to Dr. Sushil. He brought about beautiful technology insights about artificial intelligence. I'm going to show you a short video to give you an insight how we have applied all these things to the fundamental thing of data accuracy and data completeness. This is the foundation for us to build any technology about. So if you just look at this particular slide talks about all our records, whether it is electronic or paper, not only pertaining to patient record, applicable to all departments within our organization. If this data has to be given live, if it is a paper record, we need to do a quality digitization. Okay, I'm going to show you a small video to give you an idea how this works. Just look at this video. This is the mail room which operates in an elevated floor in Chennai. We have such mail rooms across the globe, okay, across all the countries. Any data, if it is a paper-based data, it goes into a secured mailroom like this with access controls, cameras, everything. For any record to be digitized, the most fundamental thing is the document preparation. What we mean by a document preparation, every paper that goes into the mailroom is, first of all, traced back, and a manifest report is prepared that this particular document has entered the mailroom. And post this, what is required is a thorough document preparation. What I mean by that, in a patient record, if it is a paper record, even removing the staple pin in a quality manner matters. If someone removes the pin in a quick manner, the edge is going to be damaged. So we use certain tools to remove the pin without damaging the paper. And it is just not digitizing and giving a solution saying that all the medical records are in digital form. You should be able to retrieve the record whatever you want. To facilitate that, we put this sort of barcoded separator sheet between one record to another and classify the record. Okay, we do two levels of classification. One is a physical sorting, then is a automatic sorting as well. So once this is done, the whole thing goes to a high-speed automatic scanning. It's just not the normal scanner, what you see in many places. This is a high-speed automatic scanner manufactured by us with a lot of mistake-proofing solutions built in out of the learning of last 40 years. Look at the speed at which it scans. It can scan close to about 20,000 pages per hour. And it can automatically sort and classify these documents into these sort of buckets. I'm just stopping this video to give you some of the value proportion. In a patient record, not all the paper is going to be of a uniform size. Some of them could be A4, some of them could be a small prescription, some of them could be a A3 as well. When a varying size of paper goes into this, a high-speed scanner, there is a possibility one paper can be fed cross. If that happens, two impact down the level process. First of all, when you retrieve the record is not going to be visible enough clearly, it is going to be tilted. More importantly, it's just not digitization. You should be able to retrieve the data, whatever you want from the digitized information. You type the patient ID, you type the relevant blood test report, you should be able to get that. Okay, so post this, we apply a lot of robotic process automation to extract the data. That accuracy also suffers. So anticipating this failure mode, even if the paper is fed cross, we automatically straighten it by using a background application called de-skewing. And we enhance the image quality. A lot of papers are printed with different quality of printers, some of them poor quality dot matrix printer as well. We enhance the image quality by using an operation called de-speckling. With all this done, the whole digitization happens and automatically applying the machine learning intelligence, the documents are sorted and classified into different buckets. And post this, as applied to normal way of filing a paper in a box file or in a typical file, this is how the records are stored. This is the world-class practice of paper storage, where huge volume of paper can be stored in less space and can be retrieved in quick time also. While digitizing, we give a unique 19-digit number embedded over the image, whatever paper that is scanned, and a batch number is given, and the entire paper goes into these sort of window covers, where the batch number is made visible, and these covers goes into these sort of cotton boxes which are barcoded. So the cotton box barcode number, the batch number, and the paper level document control number, what we give, are all interlinked. So when you type the patient ID or the patient name, you may get the digital record. Looking at the 19-digit document control number which is embedded, you can always trace back which paper has gone into which cover has gone to which cotton box. In quick time, you can go and retrieve the paper as well. Just think, even the Deming Award-winning company in India have a challenge to retrieve an old paper record. By following this practice, any paper can be retrieved in quick time. So this is about the mailroom operation. So I'll move on. The whole mailroom comes with access controls, cameras, everything, keeping security in mind. So this is how the cotton boxes are systematically stored. So post this, we apply the robotic process automation to automatically extract the data. This is one area we applied a lot of artificial intelligence and the machine learning capability. This is the 19-digit number which is embedded during digitization. Whether it is a paper or electronic record, okay, quality of data extraction is very important for the record to be retrieved. You see the image on one side, you see automatically the data is being extracted and populated on the right-hand side. This is what the background application does. But in real time, you have a lot of challenges, especially considering the input variation. A lot of our German scientists who are part of our organization over the last 40 years have come up with different technologies, taking the foundation of artificial intelligence and the robotic process automation to enhance the data extraction accuracies. See, there are three primary variations. If you look at an electronic or a printed record, just below the blood sugar value, the sugar value is right away not below or right at the right position, while printing, if it has disoriented slightly up or above, down, that causes one variation. Second thing, the print quality may not be poor because of the printer inaccuracies. Third one, no printing, nothing. There are several handwritten information as well when we talk about electronic medical record. So to extract all this data in an accurate manner, not one single technology is going to work. We apply a combination of technology like self-learning, geometrical classification, statistical classification, print type classification, fuzzy logic matching. Fuzzy logic matching, even Dr. Sushil was talking about as a artificial intelligence. In the good interest of time, I'm going to talk only about the fuzzy logic matching and quickly end up my presentation, taking the guidance of Dr. Subbu to wind up in quick time. Let us go to only the fuzzy logic matching to give you an idea how the data is enhanced, how the accuracy of data is improved beyond extraction. Just look at this. This is the fuzzy logic matching. See, in this particular slide, on the left-hand side, you see an address information. You see a numerical information there, okay, 2,44. On the right-hand side, the robotic process automation and the fuzzy logics, whatever we use, have extracted and populated this data. Because we don't rely on one single automation, we use a combination of technology to extract the data and then compare at the background. We have found the comma after 4 has been wrongly recognized as 1. You can see highlighted in red, right? The comma after 4 has been wrongly recognized as 1 because there is a smudge data. And the space between O and L has been wrongly recognized as B. These are all the inaccuracies which can crop up when you attempt to automate something. I told right at the beginning, it's just not about quality one day, quality consistently. And the industry is talking about sigma level performance, is just not percentage level performance. Keeping that in mind, we use a lot of fuzzy logic. If it is a numerical information like this, we build algorithms to extract line level amount, compute the total, compare against the actual total, extract and enhance it. If it is an address information like this, we use a lot of address masters at the background, compare at the background and enhance the address information. If you look at here, in third case, with multiple iterations, in third case, the accuracies have been improved. Okay? So just to sum up, post this, we saw about if it is a paper, we systematically digitize using high-speed scanners. If it is an electronic document, we apply the robotic process automation to extract it. Post this, we marry the index fields and store in an image repository for you to quickly retrieve the records. I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'm just going to give you an idea about how the whole thing works. This is the typical index data based on which you might retrieve a record. Okay. So I'm going to just, these are all the records which is being pulled up. I've just used some dummy data. If you are very particular, you want to pull up any record, you can type I've taken an employee record to keep the security in mind. It's just not a patient record. You type the employee ID, type the document type. You see the document type. This is the value of our solution. It's just not digitizing 100 pages of a patient record. We automatically classify and put these records into record type so that you are able to retrieve whatever record you want in quick type. So this is the possibility. I'm just selecting an employee agreement here, typing the employee ID. Just say, okay, you find the whole list is pulled up only to that particular employee ID and agreement. Click this to actually see the employee agreement. Okay? So this is how the record is retrieved. So just to sum up, we are a holistic automation organization, now applying whatever we saw in the last 2 days. This is the one-stop organization where we do provider-related requirements, automation on the provider side, payer side, and the member side, applying a lot of artificial intelligence and the robotic process automation. So we have a lot of technology and solutions. This is the taking the clue from Anita about the indicators. What we have delivered to the society, what we have delivered to the organization across the globe. These are all the numbers. We process about 700,000 claims on the payer side every day. We process 30 million front-end edits every day and 4 million annual enrollments. 6.5 trillion records of US is being managed, 100 million images is being captured, and 12 million adjudications what we do on the payer side. So on the XLR as a company, if you look at, we are just not a healthcare automation organization. We do a variety of automation. These are all the indicators about how we serve and what is the result that it has delivered. On the payer side, there is a 30% reduction in overall cost, 35% reduction in processing cost, 50% reduction in cycle time, 20% reduction in resubmission rates. On the provider side, we find 25% reduction in the FTEs, what they have been using, about 4 billion payments recovered and 98.4% of underpayment recovered and 99.6% accuracy. So with this, I sum up. So we are a holistic automation organization. So if anyone wants to take leverage of our solution, applying whatever we saw in the last 2 days, we are ready to serve you. Keep this in mind. We do a lot of coding-related activities. We do a lot of revenue cycle management. And we apply a lot of analytics, just not for healthcare industry, beyond that as well. Thank you so much. And talking about security, I just want to emphasize one thing. We believe in building quality into the design, not just the postmortem. Okay, however much you talk about security, if you don't intelligently think about that and apply the security into the design, the whole purpose is dissolved. We have a patented design I just want to talk about. See, in the healthcare industry, whether it is a paper record or an electronic record, however much you talk about retrieving the record, we spoke about a lot of rules and regulations. If a person sees the record of another patient, X, Y, or Z, whomsoever is there, a confidential information, all the data is going into his mind. How are we going to prevent this person's sensitivity to security? Keeping this in mind, we have come up with a patented design of how we build security into the design. Any record that comes into the organization, we break the record into pieces. Okay, no one can make out that this person's patient of patient name X is having this disease. That whole thing is digitized. If we convert from a paper to electronic, if it is already a digitized record, we break the record into pieces. No one can even look at holistically what it is. That is called the snippetizing way of processing the data, a unique patented design we have, where we have built security into our design itself. After that, we process, add all the value, and then finally assemble it, give the way the customer wants. We give industry-specific outputs like ANSI, NSF, XML, or whatever it is. With this, I'm done with. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you so much to Mr. Mujib, Mr. Sabu, and Gracious. Within a very short time, they were able to accommodate me into this Metcon conference. For the first time, I am here. Looking at the beauty of Cochin, this is my first visit to Cochin. I always get inspired by one statement called purity views destiny. Okay, even in the healthcare industry, if data is going to be accurate, data is going to be complete, data is going to be pure, you can build anything about that. Looking at the beauty of Kerala, I feel that already purity is there all around. And let this positive way spread across to all of us. Happy learning. I